The Concept of Development in International Economic Law, Three Definitions and an Inquiry into Origin, by Kevin Crow. The word development is everywhere in trade treaties and defined in none of them. This article asks what it actually means and where each meaning came from. Begin with the philosophy. Aristotle and Ibn Khaldun saw history as cycles, growth, decay, and return, like the seasons of a harvest. Through Augustine, Descartes, Russell, and finally Adam Smith, the West replaced the cycle with a single ascending line, progress as necessity, guided by an invisible hand. Embedded in development is what Latter calls particular universalism, one society projecting its own history onto all others. Reading recent treaties, the article parses three distinct definitions. Development as hierarchy, levels of development, with the developed at the top and everyone else expected to graduate. Development as creation or improvement, a synonym for building something supposedly better, laws, incomes, infrastructure. And development as context, sustainable, harmonious, the law shaping a process assumed to be inevitable. Each definition quietly judges one condition superior to another. Now the tell. In treaties that include developing countries, the TPP, NAFTA, EU-Vietnam, hierarchy language runs throughout, alongside chapters on capacity building, aid flowing from the able to the, quote, less able. In treaties among developed economies, CETA, EU-Singapore, the leaked TTIP drafts, development as hierarchy is never used, not once. Disproportionate use of hierarchy, the article suggests, may mark power-based rather than law-based relations. So where did each definition come from? The article answers Andrew Lang's open question, both outside and within. Development as creation and development as context migrated in from human rights law, from the Universal Declaration and the Covenants, through the Kennedy Round, and to GATT 1994 and the Doha Declaration. But development as hierarchy appears in no human rights treaty. It was born inside international economic law itself, at the Kennedy Round, then explicitly in the 1979 Enabling Clause. The conclusion, the claim that development is inevitable, and that law's job is merely to set its context, is a constructed ideology, one that depends on neoliberal global market capitalism. Cultures have existed with no word for development at all, imagining the good life through the distribution of wealth rather than its accumulation. Extracting these three definitions makes the assumptions visible and shows whose interests the hierarchies serve. The Concept of Development in International Economic Law, Kevin Crow.